So welcome to this summary of your career where you have three stages: the early, the middle and the late. So roughly for this purpose I have taken it as 10 years each, but if you want to make it like 6 years or 8 years, that's also fine. 7 years, that's all fine. How you view your entire career of 30 years or maybe 21 years. So accordingly split up your early, middle and late. So next we will see how we reach at these values, like the total income in those in that stage. So 10 years, then it is this much, or if it is 7 years, how much you want that income to be. And in my calculation, I have arrived at this 875, this figure for the early stage, and 1375 for the middle stage. So all of these are 1000 USD. So this is basically 875k, 1.3 M and 2 million in the late stage. So this also shows the percentage. So total you are earning 4.3 million over the three stages of your career, and this is the percentage: 20% in your first early stage, 32 in the middle and 48 in the late. Now what I am advising is, in the first early stage of your career you don't have to focus on saving, so rather invest on travel or growth, whatever makes you more interested. Like invest in yourself, build yourself. So in that you can spend 31% of this 875, which is like 270 over a period of 10 years, suppose in the early stage, and that will be your complete expenses. So you have 270, a kitty of 270k to plan maybe 10 individual travels or 5 individual travels or 6 individual travels. So you can split that up, and this is your budget. So you can see based on the numbers that I've plugged in the early, middle and late stage. The first early stage you have 270k for your travel and growth expenses. Now you also need to have an emergency fund, right, which is liquid, which is not put in any kind of like it doesn't have any interest growth, or it's not in bonds, or it is not stuck in debt, but it's right in your savings account. So it has to be like 1/10, ideally 1/10. So here I have put the emergency as 80k in the 10-year period. In the middle stage, then you have this 125k for the emergency fund, and the late stage it will be 186. So if we sum this up, the total is 391. So by the end of your career you will have 391, which is like liquid, and you are prepared for any kind of accidents or having a job loss, getting fired, those kind of things. And you also need to replenish. So suppose if you use up, let's say, 5 months of this pay, you have to replenish this as well, and always keep this up to the mark. Now let's look at the savings. So initial early stage, I am advising no savings at all. So, but there might be some savings, like some people will eventually, some of the experts will be able to save something. In the middle stage is when you get into 50% savings. So now you are trying to exactly half. So you can see by 2, age 4 by 2. So this number divided by age 4 by 2. So exactly 50% you are targeting to save. So you save first, you don't pay the bills first. So your approach totally change. You save 50% of what you are earning in hand. So in this case also it is like half of what you have earned in the late stage. So this totals up to 1.7 M, and if we add these two, we can see it is 2.104, which is also here. So you have a cool 2 million to get for your retirement, for financial retirement. You might not retire actually, but you will have a nice nest egg from which you can keep drawing over the next 30, 40, 50 years, and you will still have enough left for your child, next generation. And the bills come last. So keeping up with the spirit of paying yourself first, you will pay 50% to yourself first, and then the bills. So you can figure out like what is the bills for this kind of income. You can see it is like 875, so 525, like 60% you are spending in the first 10 years. You are bound to spend more because you are more of a spendthrift. Then in the middle stage you will also have your partner's income. So maybe even if your partner doesn't have to plan for anything else, if everything can go into bills, so suppose maybe another 300k, you will have 860k for your 10 years of middle stage. So that is 29%. And then in the late stage, your finances, your bills will shrink a little, and even if your partner is not earning, still you can make do with 839. So over your entire career you will be spending 1.927 mil, and you are saving 2.104 mil. So you can see, like if you go for this travel and growth phase in your first 10 years, so once you have that time to spend to travel in the first 10 years, after that you can take it slow. You don't have to go like vacations every day, because now you have filled up that bag of yours. You have traveled enough, so you can take it slow and eventually also get to save more, because mentally you are prepared that you have already done a lot of travel, so you can go slow on the travel budget. Now let's change around this value. So somebody might say that 875 is too high, so let's go with half of that, 400, and the middle stage maybe 800, and in the late stage maybe they'll be making 1.2 mil. So immediately the numbers will update. 2.4 mil across your entire career. You will have a savings of 1.2 mil, and you will have only 120k for your growth travel kitty. And over the bills, you have 240 in the first early stage, 327k in the middle stage, and 491k in the late stage. So it can also increase the other way around. Suppose you can also say in the middle stage I am going to earn more, and maybe in the late stage I will not be earning by that much. So in that case, you will see the savings and the income remains the same. Your middle stage income, middle stage bills, you can expect to pay more. You are happy to pay more. And then in the late stage, it is like that 50%. So you are having, and you have a kitty like this is 50%, 600, 50% of this, 400, 50% of this. And by doing this, by following this rule, you are saving 50% of your total income. And this doesn't take into account any kind of like growth you have, or you are getting anything from the markets, from the bonds, what you're investing in. So this is just direct tax dollars that you are earning, and exactly this. So this can easily be 1.5 times if you just buy simple funds into simple funds which give you less risk and ample growth. So just to beat the inflation, and you would maybe make 1.5 times whatever is written right there. So this is a good approach, and let's look at some other numbers as well. So suppose you are confident of making 1200, 2000, and maybe 3500, 3600, let's make it a round number. So then you're looking at 6.8 mil income across your entire career. 3.4 mil you are easily saving. Your 10-year growth / travel kitty is 370. And your bills, you have paid 720k, 880k, and 1473k over the 3 stages or reserve bills. When you retire, you have a financial retirement with a cool 3.84 mil. So this is how you can approach your entire career, and just zoom out instead of looking for per year to year. We'll also go into each year, but if you zoom out and just think of 3 different buckets, things will become very clear to you how to make this thing work, and also live a much fulfilling life instead of just pinching the pennies, trying to save here and there. You have a blueprint of how to save across your 3 stages of your career, and have the best of both worlds with good travel history, and also good retirement kitty, so that you achieve financial retirement. So with this, let's go on to the next chapter and see you there.